Let's bring on our Lindsey associated guest, head coach from University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, Coach Alonzo Hampton. Coach, welcome to the show.
Hey, man, excited to be here with my friend, Jeff, man, you and Bray. So, obviously, I've been wanting to get on here, and finally, the time matched up. We can make this thing happen.
Well, and man, I of course, we go way back, man. I got to tell the story. I told the other day, man. You know, me and Coach here played an All-Star game back in 1992. I know this was a century before we're in now, but there was no cell phones for everybody out there in the audience, and back then the All-Star game was just football and basketball really that went on, and no cell phones, couldn't get a car, bad deal, and so I'll never forget this as long as I live. There's all these guys, bragging about how fast they were. I was not, obviously, and everybody lined up. This is what we did in the parking lot. We're at UCA lined up, and I'm not starting naming names, but Eugene Mabin, Carlos Minks, Lake Carlos Minks. I ain't gonna name names and everything. but Coach Hampton, they lined up right there, and I was on your mark and set go, and he smoked them all, man. The fastest college football coach in America, right there, baby. Well, Coach, let's get into a little bit about your career. I mean, you're a Warren, Southeast Arkansas guy through and through. You've been the head coach of Dumas. You've came up the hard way. You put your time in. I mean, looking at, you're there at UAPB earlier as an assistant, off to, been at South Florida, Florida State, Oregon. You've worked your way. And then I remember seeing it, you were headed as head coach of UAPB, and I thought, that's a perfect fit for UAPB because you're always working and always recruiting, man. I showed up at El Dorado a couple of years ago to spring practice, just fooling around, and you're down there recruiting. So you're always working. So talk to me a little bit about this. You go into UAPB. It's kind of a rebuilding deal. They really hadn't had a very good team since really COVID, and you came in there, struggles last year, just getting everything together. Tell me where you are year two. It takes you a year to figure out everything, even though you've been there before as head coach. It takes you a year, I think, to figure a lot of things out. Yeah. Where are the lines at? And looks like you signed about a few 13, 14 high school guys, a lot of portal guys. You get fast real quick and you get bad real quick. So where are you guys at right now?
Well, for us, obviously, like you said, it's year two. We signed about 18, 19 high school players, probably 16 of those guys from the state of Arkansas. Some really good high school players from the state. And we added some guys in the portal, some FBS guys, some Power 4 guys. And so we're excited about the direction of the program. And for me, it's just year one. And I know it's year two on paper, but it's year one because I came in late in January. And I tell people here, this is a blue-collar kind of job. Everybody can't do this job here. Like, you got to roll up your sleeves. You got to know the people within this state. You got to go beat down doors, and you got to convince people why UAPB. All right, because it's everybody out there telling them why not to come. So it's my job to sell the vision. And I tell people this: this place means a lot to me because they the one gave me my first opportunity to be a college football coach. A lot of people came through that door when me and Bo was at Warren, Arkansas. We had Brett Smith and Roshan Fellows and Terrence Hampton. They wasn't beating down the door, asking me if I wanted a job just to get in the door as a GA. So this place here gave me opportunity to do that. And I came here as a volunteer coach under Mo Forte, and I worked for free for 6 months. And I tell everybody I'm the poor man version of Gus Malzahn. So I came in the building, didn't even have an office. They would put me outside the door. I would break down film on a VHS tape, and I worked my tail off. And we got to the SWAC championship game. And then after the end of the season, one of the coaches, his wife, she got sick and he went home, and I got hired full time. And then within 2 years, Monty Colvin became the head coach, and he saw fit to make me the defensive coordinator. And that's just kind of how the door opened for me. Stayed here 4 years, had an opportunity. When I first took the job, I interned with the Philadelphia Eagles. Steve Spagnuolo was my coach in NFL Europe over there. And he was with the Philadelphia Eagles at the time, him and Andy Reid. And so I got invited to be there 25 days as a volunteer coach here. I left Dumas High School as the head coach, came here as a volunteer coach. And within 3 months, I was in the NFL doing an internship for 25 days. Met some really good people, met Willie Taggart, and that's why I connected with him. I came back here, man, and just kind of worked my tail off and just started networking. And a lot of times I tell people, don't worry about the people that won't help you. Worry about the ones that can see you work and willing to give you opportunity. And so that's kind of how I got started. And we did a decent job here. And so I tell everybody, I wasn't on the SWAC championship team, the HBCU national championship team in 2012 when Money Coben won. But hey, I helped recruit about 75, 80% of those players. The offensive coordinator was Jerry Mack, which is now the running back coach with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I tell everybody, like, we put the work in. We recruited some really good players. And when we left, we moved up. I went to Western Kentucky. He went to the University of Memphis. So and he brought some guys in that took our place, and they did a good job. So this place means a lot to me. Like I said, year 2, man, we got some really good young players. We got a good group of older guys coming back. I didn't want to come in here and tell everybody you had to go home. And that's what people are doing now. You're just cutting kids left and right. But first of all, I'm an academic guy. At Warren High School, and Bo know this because my mentor is Andrew Topper. He's a former superintendent of the schools in the state of Arkansas. And our motto was academics come first. And so that's what I pride myself on. And so when I got here, didn't cut a lot of kids, didn't do any of that. We had over 70% of our football team over 3.0. So we're doing it the right way. I'm building a foundation that's going to stand. And I tell people, when I walk out that door, whenever God say so, this place is going to be in a better position for the next person to come in here and take us to another level. And we don't have all the things. We got a beautiful stadium. Administration's been good to me. AD, Vice Chancellor Robinson is excellent. He loves this university. He played here. And we just want people that want to help us. And if you don't want to help us, all we say is get out of the way, man. Don't bother us.
Exactly. And let's get into your staff a little bit. I mean, you put together a really good staff, which is, being around a while, head coach is not as good as the staff a lot of times. And you've talked to us a little bit about some of the guys you brought in staff-wise. I mean, it's big-time names.
Well, for me, obviously, Tony Hull. Me and Tony Hull worked together at ULM for 2 years. He coached at Kansas. He was associate head coach under Les Miles. He's a NASA guy, one of the smartest guys I know, graduated from ULL. He come from the spread system. He's with all those guys, Garrett, Riley, and all them boys. So, I mean, the ball will be throwing left, right. You name it. We'll throw it all over the field. But he was the first guy I tried to hire when I got the job a year ago. Well, I couldn't hire him. He went somewhere else. Somebody else had a little more money for him. But I was obviously able to get him back this time. Man, he's just a smart guy, really brilliant, works his tail off. You know how to relate to the players. And then as a receiver coach, I got a guy, LaJuan Latson. He's trained many NFL guys, a Louisiana guy. Man, we just blue-collar guys that people, everybody, like, they come to your school, they recruit your players, all right? They act like they like you, but they really don't like you. They just want the players. And they try to buy you a soda. But these are the type of guys that I've hired here because this is their opportunity. And I tell people, I took the opportunity I had as a volunteer and put myself in position. So that's kind of what I did. Coach Latson is the receiver coach. Steve Wallace Jr. is the O-line coach. His daddy won a couple Super Bowls with the 49ers. He was at Arkansas Baptist. He was just on the staff at Auburn when they had the guy before the guy now. So he's been around some football. His daddy knows pretty well. He come down and check us out every now and then, kind of give us a few pointers. Running back coach, I got a guy, Tom Manley. He got recommended to me from a guy, Vernon Dean, that helped me create my playbook when I was here as the defensive coordinator. Vernon Dean played in the NFL. Him and Money Coleman played together. They won Super Bowls together. So those are the guys that I'm getting, guys that got a lot of energy that can do 3 or 4 things at one time. We don't have a lot of GAs. We don't got a lot of help. We don't got everything everybody else got, but you ain't going to outwork us. And then I was able to hire Ty Gatson. He was with me at Arkansas. Well, I was with them under Chad Morris. He was in recruiting, but he just came from the 49ers. He's going to be our tight end recruiting guy. Probably one of the most, when I say brilliant, he's brilliant. I mean, and I told him, man, I don't really want to hire you, man, because you ain't going to be here long. But I needed him here because he's the kind of person I want around me. We talking about building faith, showing our young student athletes what it's all about. It's God first and football second. And so Ty was the guy that I really wanted around me. On the defensive staff, I got David Callaway. He was a D2 head coach at a couple different places. Then I got a guy by the name of Jeff Burrow. He coached at Kent State, they won 12 games. He coached at Buffalo. He was with the staff that went to Kansas now, Kansas State. And he's just a really, really good guy. Actually, they went to Kansas. He's been with those guys, and he was one of the guys that got left behind. But, man, he's sharp. He coaches my secondary for me. And then linebacker, we got a young guy from Louisiana in the junior college ranks in Kansas. Derrick Rose, man, got a lot of passion. Kind of remind me of myself. Sometimes I got to tell him to back up. You ain't playing no more, coach. It's the players. I tell everybody now, if you want to play some football, man, we'll get out there and line up against you. We all got one snap left in us. And so what we're trying to do is show them, like, this game is played with emotion, it's played with passion, but it's controlled passion. And so controlled emotions. And then I got a couple of GAs that I'm allowing to help us out and coach a position for us. So, man, we got some really good parts here. And what we need to do this year is, I really thought last year for the, most games we were in the game to the third quarter. Just got tired. Guys, we were undisciplined at times. And those are the things that we're trying to show up. And so I'm excited about this year. Obviously, we got the hometown Warriors first game of the year. But guess what? I'm excited because I told my players this. All you got to do is just pick you out one of them. And you tell that one person, I'm better than you. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to whoop you every time I line up against you. That's my mentality, big dog. You know, at the end of the day, hey, it ain't 11 on 11. It's 1-on-1 right now. We're going to play a team game, but I'm going to whoop you all night long. When the film come on, you're going to respect me. And that's our motto this year. We're going to earn our respect.
Well, and you've always done that, and your teams reflect you. I mean, the energy, I say a lot on social media things, and of course, I keep up with you, and you could just see a lot of energy. Let's get into just a little bit about your offense and who you got coming back, who's coming in a little bit. Give us some names, and so people are familiar with your guys when they get to watch them first game of the year.
Yeah, obviously, for us, quarterback, got Mekhi Higgins, got DJ Stevens. Mekhi started some games for us last year. Really good football player. Man, we were rolling against Tulsa first game. If he didn't get hurt at halftime, man, we had a chance to be up 21-0, I thought. And, he checked the protection and got hit. And that wasn't his fault. But at the end of the day, it kind of hindered him the rest of the year. But the kid was a 4-star recruit out of high school. He can spin it. He can flat out throw it. And I've been around some Power 5 guys. Like, this kid can spin the football. In the backfield, we got a couple really good running. A guy that coming from ULM, a freshman that's really talented. We recruited before we left. And then we got another guy coming from Cocoa High School in Florida, coming from Tennessee Tech. Man, he can do it. So, like I said, man, we got some parts. We went out and got a couple transfer receivers. I mean, they look like SEC guys. And so what we got to do, man, is just put these guys in position to make plays. And, obviously, when you play up, it's going to be O-line, D-line is what gets you in trouble. Mm-hmm. And like I tell the guys on the edge, man, listen, it's me versus you. We just in the backyard playing football. How am I going to let you whoop me? I'm not. And so that's the mentality that we're trying to have as we continue to build our football team, build this roster. We want highly competitive guys. Because if you give me a highly competitive guy, we're going to win more than we lose. So that's kind of where we at. I feel good about the receiver core. Tight end, we got a good group of guys. Kevin English played for us last year. He's having a really good camp. Right now, we went out and got a couple transfers, and I like what I'm seeing in them. So, offensive line, we went out and got a couple grad transfer offensive linemen. And for us, you just want some guys that's coming from winning programs. The guys that understand, hey, man, Coach talk about being a champion, where the last word in champions is the S. That's sacrifice. Like, how much are you willing to give up, to the man to your right and to your left? And that's all we're trying to do right now is continue to build this program. This program is a blue-collar program. And it's going to take a lot of sacrifice from everybody involved, from administration to alumni, to the players, to the coaches, to the support staff, to the community. And right now, I tell everybody's 0-0. So we all in right now, but I need them to stay all in because, 1, 2, 3 games are not going to determine who we're going to be at the end of the year.
Well, let's get into it. Obviously you mentioned you're playing the University of Arkansas, the first game at One More Stadium. And what an opportunity for your guys. I mean, you got to look at it that way. And obviously I know you are I mean, the mindset going in there, playing early, going to be on national television. Everybody's going to be watching it. I mean, I know the mentality, but and I'm trying to steal a plan here, but are we going into it? Is it, everything we're throwing everything at them, we can throw at them, or we're trying to piece everything here together? What are we doing here? With that.
Hey,
because they got a lot of new guys too. And how do you prepare for that? I mean, they've got a bunch of portal guys that, film, and talk to us a little bit about that if you can.
Hey, all I can say is this, man. I just watched the Harden Bisons, man, win the national championship. What they run, the flex bone?
Yeah. Sure are.
Yeah. So I've been watching a whole lot of that flex bone. And I love Coach Simmons. That's my guy, man. We had a couple recruiting visits together, his son, my son. And hey, man. So all I would say is just be prepared for anything. Man, we're going in there to win the game, but obviously we'll give our kids the best opportunity to win the game. So all I can say is I know Coach T. Will. I like him a whole lot. He liked the blitz. All right. Well, listen to the flex bone.
That's going to be fun stuff right there. Well, and also let's get back in the schedule. You've got Arkansas Baptist playing UCA. So you're playing a lot of Arkansas schools, which I think's great. I mean, for a guy like me who loves football, seeing those in-state deals, get into your conference a little bit. It's always a tough conference. And man.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, we get a chance to play Arkansas Baptist. You mentioned that.
Yeah.
Play them here at home. First game, 2 HBCUs. They're coming down here. Really good players on the team. I like both of the coaches. I know them well. Then we turn around. We go to Tennessee State for us. That's a big game, man. Hey, in Memphis last year, we had about 47,000. Man, we got beat at the end of the game. We had a chance to win it. And Eddie George got us. We're looking forward to going back. And then we got UCA. Man, they're one of the best teams. I mean, like, they can flat out do it. Coach Brown's done a good job, him and his staff. But that's a long way away. But they're doing a really good job. He's recruiting well. He got a quarterback. He got running back. He got tight ends. And he probably can send us a couple down here that he's not even using to sitting on the sideline. But then, we take a bye week off, and then we start in our conference play against Alcorn. They're predicted to win it. The former head coach here that played here said Thomas, he's the head coach over there. So I tell him, hey, man, we on the schedule for 3 homecomings this year. So people think we're awful bad, or they think we're an easy win. So I enjoy it because I like playing in crowds that the people are animated. And guess what? If you want to see a crowd, go to HBCU homecoming. Yeah. So we get a chance to play Alcorn at home. Then we turn around, got Prairie View back here at home. Then we go to Grambling for their homecoming. Come on. I've never played in Eddie Robinson Stadium. Man, how sweet is that? I mean, right down the road. So, man, we're lucky. Then we get to come back home and get Mississippi Valley at home. They beat us last year on their homecoming. And they just, man, they did us bad. And I told my players, man, I've never been so upset in my life. It's just the way, like, we didn't fight. And I don't like that. And we had an opportunity to take the lead early. And, man, we just made too many mental mistakes. It's just undisciplined football. So we got them at home. Then we get a chance to go to Jackson State for their homecoming, where everybody knows Jackson State and FAMU. Those are the 2 top HBCUs in the SWAC. And I'm talking about as far as fan support. It don't matter, rain, sleet, or snow, they at the door. And so we're talking about homecoming. We can't even stay. I think we're like maybe an hour and a half outside of Jackson. But I love it, and our kids are going to love it. Then we got Alabama A&M coming to us, and we got Southern. We go to Baton Rouge and Texas Southern. They come back here for senior night. So I'm excited about it. And like I told our players, it's a process, one day at a time, one game at a time, man. And you put your best foot forward. And like I said, the Golden Lions, we have an opportunity if we put everything together. We got a chance to make some noise, but obviously we got to take care of us first.
Well, Coach, I tell you what, I know you're right in the middle of it, and I appreciate you taking time with us and getting on here. And I'm gonna follow you every week, man. You know that. And I tell you what, I got an opportunity. It's been a while back, but to go to UAPB, and they played for Grambling. I had a kid playing for Grambling, a kid playing for UAPB. Outstanding atmosphere, man. I mean, that place is packed, wall to wall, great players. I mean, one of the best ball games I've ever seen in my entire life. It's been years ago, but what a great game. Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on, man. We're going to be checking your work. You know that. We're going to check
Hey,
your work every week.
Hey, buddy, I appreciate you, man. And like I said, I'm sure you'll be at the Arkansas game. And all I would tell him is, man, get ready for the flex bone. Hey, Coach Simmons, man, he been doing it for years. And like I said, I'm convinced it works because nobody can stop him.
No, that's exactly right. Nobody wants to see it either. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you coming on, man. We'll have you on sometime during the year also.
All right, be blessed, brother. Talk to you later.
See you, buddy. Thank you.